What's up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to the Chain Link 2 podcast. I am joined again by my good friend Adam and my brother Dave, aka the War Chariot. And today, for our first couple of topics here, we're going to be going over Eidolon Beasts and Zodiac Beasts. Both really good decks, and if any of you have seen the Eidolon Beast featured archetype, you got a little sneak peek of what this deck can do and what it's all about. And we're going to be going even further in depth into that today, as well as talking about its synergy with the Zodiac Beast archetype, of course, consisting of these few monsters here. Really only being concerned, though, with Bulmarat and Viper. Some of the other ones can play a role, but it's mainly this two, although we'll go over the other ones and, of course, all the extra deck stuff down here. And then we'll go into OCG stuff and market stuff. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get started with Eidolon Beast. So, what are you guys' initial thoughts on Eidolon Beast? Adam, we'll start with you.
Well, first when I saw the deck, I was like, because I saw like you getting all like it's like first support, like just like Alistair and like the big fusion guy and the wind guy, and I was like, wow, this deck doesn't seem that good. But then they kept releasing like more and more support as like the week went on, and I was like, this is looking pretty good. Like this is like a new Shadal deck basically, because fusions with like all the different elements.
Yeah, I was definitely getting a Shadal vibe.
And I was getting really hyped because they just kept revealing shit, and then like I started playing around with it on YGO Pro, and I was amazed at how like fast and consistent the deck is. Like you can just pump out huge ass fusions with like major disruptive plays with all their effects, and it's just wow. I was blown back. That archetype is gonna be way too fucking strong, man.
Well, there you go, Dave. What do you think about the Eidolon Beast archetype?
I think it's good, but I think it's only at its true potential when it's paired with Zodiacs, because it kind of helps fix that deck's problem. Because if you play Zodiacs, you'll find out that most of the time their guys are very weak, and unless you're playing like pure Zodiacs, you really never have the guys too strong. So other than Drancia's pop effect, they really don't have a ton of offensive power by themselves. But the Eidolon Beasts, all their big fusions with their good effects, like the one is a Book of Moon, the other banishes a ton of stuff. They kind of support that, and then the Zodiacs help speed up the Eidolon process. So I think that they're only at their true potential when they're paired with it, but they're a good archetype by themselves too.
Oh, definitely. I think that's something we all can agree on, is how outright good this deck is going to be as soon as it comes to the TCG. And we'll start with the first one. I'm sure most of you and you guys who I'm talking to know most of these cards, but for our viewers' sake, we'll go ahead and just go over them. At least Alistair, the Eidolon Summoner. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. During the later turn, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. Target one fusion monster you control, which won't ever be a big deal because this deck just fusions for days, and it gains 1,000 attack and defense to the end of the turn. So it's like a decisive armor and an honest for all your big ass fusions. And then it's like a blue boy, from the spellbook archetype. Normal summon or flip face up, you add Eidolon summoning magic, being one of the better cards in the deck. I'm thinking easy 3 of. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it is definite 3 of.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. 3 of, honestly, like, if you're not playing through this card, you're losing the duel. So
Facts. All right, yeah, that's a no-brainer there. Really good card. And then we got Eidolon summoning magic. The card it searches, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand as fusion materials. Now, at first, it doesn't seem that good because, well, you can only use monsters from hand. You can't go field or grave like we've seen. I think normal polymerization goes from field, doesn't it? But we've seen like DDDs, they can use hand, field, and grave for fusions. You read the first part, you're like, oh, no muses from your hand. That can't be too good. But then You read the fine print. If summoning an Eidolon Beast fusion monster this way, you can also banish monsters from your field and or either player's graveyard. That raises some red flags. Either player's graveyard has fusion material. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one of your banished Alistair the Eidolon Summoners. Shuffle this card in the deck, and if you do, add that monster to your hand, and then blah, blah, blah once per turn. Can anybody say busted?
It reminds me a lot of Metal Foe Fusion, how it just recycles itself.
And it also adds back a card.
Yeah, giving you back Alistair, like, that's sick.
Gives you back the searcher to search that card out again.
Yeah, or use it as like an honest effect.
Or as an honest, yeah, either way. Yeah, definitely one of the better cards in the deck. Now, a question I wanted to ask you guys, I was thinking about this myself. When we look at the fusions, you know, Alistair or Cositus, Radine, Caligula, if we look at the requirements for what they need to be summoned, you see it's one water monster, one wind monster, one dark monster, one earth monster, one light monster, etc., etc. And we look at a standard build of Zodiac Eidolon, we really only see earth and dark in the main deck. Does that pose a problem to make these cards, or is the deck only really ever going to make one or two of its fusions?
Unless it plays... You also have light, wind, at least in the build I got here, which is a combination of them, because you play the Terratops and the Tom.
I got that, but then... I just think it would be a little harder to make like some of the other ones, like Cositus or Radiant, if you don't have those cards.
Yeah, I mean, you could always have like, I know this is kind of an odd example, but because you're going from grave, you could use like your Norden from grave.
Oh, I didn't
or if any other stuff is water.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of those actually don't play Cositus. He's like the one they leave out of all the Eidolon fusions.
Yeah, he's kind of weak.
Yeah. Because obviously Elcian is by far the best. I mean, he's a tad bit harder to get out just because he needs a monster from the extra deck. But I mean, depending on what deck you're playing against or what you got, that might not even be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Merkaba is really good, but the one I really like, and you have, the Speedroid engine for this, or if you're playing against like Magus Bactors and they have winds in their grave, you could do that. But the Book of Moon during your opponent's turn, that's probably one of my favorite ones that they have out so far.
I'm a big fan of Caligula. I mean, and not to mention, we also have a Scripture of Law, which helps you pretty much tag out into any other fusion if you can't summon it, using summoning magic. I just wanted to bring that up, as some people will be like, well, how are you going to be able to make all these different attributes if you're only playing, X and Y attributes, and then, whatever.
Actually, insane.
Yeah. But Caligula, and we're getting a little off track here, but Caligula, one monster effect per turn, each player.
It's like Winda.
That's Winda, but better.
And one battle per turn per player.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to protect it because it's very weak.
Yeah.
I mean, that shouldn't be too hard to do, though, because you got Alistair to boost up its attack or defense. Well, obviously,
2,800, yeah.
It's going to be in defense.
All right, well, we'll go over Scripture of Law real quick. We mentioned tribute one Eidolon Beast monster, special one Eidolon Beast monster with a different original attribute from your extra deck, and it's treated as a fusion summon, then you can only use one Scripture Law per turn. So when I first read this, I'm like, it's a tag out for Eidolon Beast, and then I was like, because I kind of was thinking like Alistair would fit in this category. He's not an Eidolon Beast, he's a summoner. I was like, who the hell else is he going to tag into? And I read a little further, and I'm like, oh, it's for extra deck monsters, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's
You could
crazy.
have Radine and tag out into a Merkaba, which is a walking ultimate Providence.
Yeah,
That banishes. It's really, really strong card.
Yeah, I was just reading. I was trying to see if you could get out the Elysion with it, but you sadly can't. That'd be
It's gotta be fusion summon first, but
Yeah.
I think I did mention that in the feature archetype. I think I said like is like insanely overpowered as Elysion is. I think it's only fair that they leave it that way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because to be able to go into a a Mega Lancia, and then instantly during your opponent's turn tag into an Elysion would be retarded,
Actually broken.
for lack of a better word.
You probably win every duel with this deck, like hands
And
down.
speaking of busted, Reckless Magic Circle.
Oh,
That card is
field
insane.
spell.
Yes. When this card is activated, you can add one Alistair the Eidolon Summoner from your deck to your hand. If this card, or if you activate a card or effect that includes an effect that fusion summons a fusion monster, its activation cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects when that monster is fusion summoned. You can only activate one Reckless Magic Circle per turn. Absolutely insane. It makes all your freaking fusions a freaking Star Eater, and they can't stop your spells.
Yeah.
It's
And
disgusting.
You play 9 Alistairs in this deck.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's insane. And you just keep recycling them too with the fusions ability. Like, you play like so many Alistairs, you just keep getting them back.
Yeah, because you got triple terraforming, which gets you your triple magic circle, which gets you your triple Alistair. So it's like you play 9 of them in the main deck because you have 9 cards that can get to it.
And definitely going to be one of the to add to the list. Recently, we had a slew of just busted field spells lately. They've been really stepping it. Usually, we get like, a good quick play for the archetype, or a good continuous for the archetype, or a good normal spell for the archetype. It's been more of a trend lately to move to better field spells, and I think this definitely fits on the list with like Union Hangar and Cosmo Town, and just other busted field spells that we've seen is going to be on the list as being one of the better ones for an already really, really good archetype. We're only 4 cards in for Eidolon Beast, and it's already looking insane. And then
I'm real surprised is that terraforming isn't getting hit either with all these insane field spells that are out.
That is good. I think we could see terraforming get hit at some point, but when that is, who knows? Or they could just hit the field spells themselves and leave terraforming alone for other decks that rely on, field spells like Trimids. They rely on field spells, but they play like 3 of each. I don't know if that would hinder them too much, but I guess it couldn't hurt to play terraforming deck. Maybe they don't even play terraforming. I don't know. And then we have basically they have their own return from a different dimension, magical name to Mega Therion. Target any number of your banished Eidolon Beast monsters with different names, special summon them in defense position. Thoughts? We'll start with Dave.
I think it's good, but I wouldn't want to see it, turn 1, so
Obviously,
I'd probably only play one of these. It's kind of like that trap card that ABCs were siding in the mirror match.
Union
You
Scramble?
don't side 3 of them because it's not insane. You just side 1 to have it as an option. That's how I think of it. I'd only play 1, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it's really good. I feel like even if you open with it, it's still pretty good because you can just tribute away your Elysion, then get it right back.
Yeah, and it stays too. It's a permanent thing. It just puts out in defense position. It doesn't like they don't die in the end phase. It's not like they cannot attack, and it's not like their effects are negated. So they're alive as soon as they come back. No restrictions.
Yeah, if you rip this late game, it could potentially be like a soul charge.
It's a little slower because it's a trap. If it was a spell, it'd be a different story. But thank God it's not a spell. It's a trap, so it's a little slower, a little fairer, but still nonetheless busted.
I don't know why they would even make that card if it was a spell. Like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, quick play spell. Could you imagine? Spell speed 4 quick play if they made it. You can't activate it. It's like a super poly type deal.
Even start with that card, man.
GG. All right, well, let's look at the fusions, and then we'll go into Zodiac Beast. Cositus. We'll start with Cositus. We'll move on the list here with a water one. So basically, you play against Mermails. You got this one. You're going to have a fun time because you get free fusion fodder, or just any deck that plays Norden, which is a lot of decks nowadays. Cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. Already starting off really, really good. This card can attack while face-up defense position, so it's like a defense Shogun. If it does, apply its attack for damage calculation. It's only 1,000, so it's not too good. See it just being a defensive wall and just being nothing other than that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I really don't think this one's that great. Like,
Do you think it'll make the extra deck lineup for players or no?
maybe I'm really not sure. Like, the extra deck is really tight as it is, so I mean, like, maybe side deck if you like expect like there to be like a really good like water deck like obviously Mermail running around like
Mhm.
at the event or whatever you're playing it at, but I don't think it's that worth it, especially since it just applies the attack instead of the defense, like
Mhm.
for damage calculation. Like I don't know about that. That's really weak.
Dave?
Yeah. The the uh the only good part about it is the Leo-like effect there. Can't be targeted or destroyed.
Yeah.
Um, Attacking and defense is cool, but I don't think like one you don't play like any waters main decked, and at least in my build, the only water monster that you could have would be like a Norden that'd be in the graveyard.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't like the fact that you can't really fuel it yourself, whereas all the other ones and most of the builds you can. And there's just better things like. I know a lot of people are playing two Emerald, and they play the two Bullhorn, and they obviously got to fit Seraph, Knight, Norden, and MX Saber and Volker in there. So I feel like you could put it in there, but there's just better cards you could have in place of it.
Yeah, so obviously you're thinking it's not going to make the lineup, and I can
No,
agree
there's,
because it's
there's other stuff you can
yeah,
play.
it's a little gimmicky. It does have a decent effect, but it doesn't do too much compared to what the other fusions do. And other fusions, speaking of them, we have Raiding, the Eidolon Beast. This is the level 5 win, 2200 attack, 2400 defense. Requires Eidolon Summoner, Alistair, and one win monster. And then it's a Book of Moon during either player's turn. I think we can all agree. One of the better ones, and definitely going to be playable because I think David mentioned the Terror Top, Tegatumborg, and just really easy access to this card
Without a doubt,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. And then we have Caligula, the best one. And can you imagine the nightmare it would be to have this against a Burning Abyss player? One effect per turn. Especially
Dante,
since,
or no, one special summon and that's it, right? Because that's an effect.
Or raiding.
yeah, just one special summon or
Summon a
Radiant.
monster, book it, and now they can't do anything.
But the thing is, with Caligula, you can banish a BA from their grave.
Yeah.
That's so true.
So, and then they can only special summon. If they want to special summon one of them, there's their one effect too. So it's like it sort of also acts as a window. Like I never really thought about that. It acts sort of as a window against BA too. A little weak. It does have weak stats, like we did talk about earlier, but that's what Alistair's for to protect it.
Against water too, this would be really good. They go Neptibus and they send Dragoons. They just add a Neptibus and then that's, or not add a Neptibus, but add an Atlantean and then that's it.
Yep.
That's the play for the turn.
Yep. Kind of a weak play. Better hope you have Raigeki, Darkhold, or Chalice,
Yeah,
or
get
else
rid
you're
of
gonna
it.
have a rough time. And then we have Megalancia, the Eidolon Beast, big normal monster, 3,000 attack, 3,300. It's probably going to be one of the most made, just
Yeah,
because it's Earth.
Yeah, you can play the Junichi with it or the Zodiac Beast.
Yeah,
And
definitely
it's
going to be
just,
coming out a lot.
and then
And then we have Merkaba, the Eidolon Beast, walking, ultimate providence, light monster along with Alistair. Once per turn in the other player's turn, when a spell or trap or card or monster effect is activated, you can send the same type of card, monster, spell, and or trap from your hand to the graveyard. Negate the activation. The only difference between this and ultimate providence is it banishes the card instead of destroying it. And
like 30 times better than Ultimate Providence.
yeah, because it has 2,500 attack and 2,100 defense. And
Yeah.
the great utility with this, like if you start off your turn with a Megalancia and you have a set scripture of law, you can just tag out into this and it stays there, and then you're ready to just negate anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to check to see if it was a once per turn, but thankfully it is a once per turn. Could you imagine being able to go into multiple of those, or use multiple as effect in a turn, just lock your opponent out of play? That would be insane.
It'd be wild. This is also really cool for the ABC matchup because you just banish a piece if it just happens to be engraved.
Yep.
They just can't summon Buster Dragon, and that's
Oh
basically.
yeah, I totally forgot even to mention that ABC. This is going to be your go-to card to go and just get their stuff out of the graveyard that they haven't already banished for a Buster Dragon, and GG.
Even Blue Eyes just banishes Stone.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
Blue Eyes too.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah,
Fucking.
definitely gonna be a
Walk-
harder matchup.
And yeah, just one negate against ABC usually is GG as well. So.
Yep. Stopping the Tsukiyomi or the Gadget, so
That's-
long as you have monsters in hand, which you most likely will,
Oh,
with
yeah.
the search power of the deck. So yeah, definitely definitely a really really good card. And then last but not least, Elysion, the Eidolon Beast, level 10, 3200 attack, 4000 defense. It needs Eidolon Beast monster, so it could be any of the fusions, and a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck. So, and of course, you can use your opponent's graveyard for this if you use summoning magic. Must first be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials, and then it becomes every attribute except for divine, which who really cares? But once per turn during play turn, you can target one Eidolon Beast monster you control, including itself, or in your graveyard. Banish that monster, and if you do, banish all monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute as that monster. So, whatever your opponent is playing, they're not safe from this card. And I just want to get you guys' take. What is your guys' like sort of thoughts when this card hits the TCG? What impact is it going to have against every matchup? Just having this card to work with, just instantly giving it an inherent advantage. Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, I feel like if this deck becomes like one of the best decks, I feel like Kaijus will almost be a staple, because if you just try to make a board against this thing, like you just instantly lose, because you could just tribute. They can just tribute it and just banish your whole board.
Yeah,
for
at
like,
any moment.
Yeah, or like not even Kaijus, but like I mean even like Raigeki or like board wipes in general. I feel like people are gonna start playing more again if this card becomes like a problem.
Mm.
Just ways to out it, just because it's that strong of a monster.
Yeah. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much would just wreck your whole turn, because they can just, I mean, even if you make like a 5 card board, like they'll just banish the whole thing, because like a lot of the best decks right now are light, ABC, Blue Eyes. Even in the mirror match, there's a lot of good light monsters, like the Merkaba. And you can tribute, any of your previous ones you were using, engrave, like the Megalancia or the Radine. You can banish a ton of Magispectors. It doesn't target. It doesn't, destroy. It's not restricted by any of those things.
It just gets rid of everything.
Against Burning Abyss, you banish all their Burning Abyss monsters or their Dantes, and they pretty much just lose.
GG.
So yeah, it is. It's kind of like, when Towers first came out, everybody's like, all right, we got to have stuff to out this thing, because if it comes out, we lose. It's, you're going to be playing Eclipses, Kaijus, Dark Holes, Raigekis.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I had a question. Basically, if you tribute itself, and let's say your opponent has Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire monster, they all get banished, correct?
They all get banished, yeah.
That's insane. That's just something crazy to think about.
That's the optimal way to do it.
Yeah, the optimal way is just get rid of
itself.
everything, tribute itself, and have fun ruining your opponent's day. Next, we're going to look at the Zodiac Beasts. Sure a lot of people are familiar, have heard of it. Junishishi and the OCG. Zodiac Beast, I think, will be its name in the TCG, or Adam, I think you said they were Zodiac Beasts?
Yeah, I think it's something like, I saw somewhere they were going to be Zodiacs or something. I don't know. Well, it's Zodiac, though.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's always going to be Zodiac to me until they end up changing it like they always do. But we have Molmarat. Basically, we just need to talk about this card, and that's it. No, I'm just kidding. But basically, 0 attack, 0 defense, level 4, Beast Warrior. If this card is normal summon, you can send one Zodiac card from the deck to the graveyard. And Ixie's monster, whose original type is Beast Warrior, with this card as Ixie material gains this effect. Once per turn, you can attach one Ixie material on this card. Special summon one Zodiac Molmarat from your hand or deck. Busted.
Yeah,
You read the card wrong.
How did I read it wrong?
Wait, did you say Zodiac Molmarat?
Yeah, it says special summon one Zodiac Beast Molmarat.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just saying that just to be like, because it's like the best one.
No,
No.
yeah, if it says special summon one Zodiac Beast, yeah. Like, what other one would you want to special
I
summon
mean,
than
yeah,
Molmarat?
you really don't need to summon the other ones. Like, this is the one.
Yeah,
Summon the only one that matters.
pretty
Yeah.
much. Like, you're not summoning Zodiac Beast Ram.
Or Rabina. Like, those
I mean,
ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you
or-
might, but you'll probably lose.
Facts. Now, this card is obviously busted. It's pretty much the staple of any deck that is running Zodiac Beasts.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with the archetype, so If anybody wants to tell me what makes this card just so busted,
The
uh,
reason
for just
it
so many decks.
yeah, it's busted because any deck could run it, and it's not even the card itself is busted. It's just it and the combination between the extra deck monsters is just stupid. Because you started out, you just overlay one of the extra deck monsters onto it, just attach it, special summon one from free from your deck, then just keep on overlaying the same one that you originally overlaid with a different one, and you just keep reusing them from grave. Like I believe Tigress is the one who equips from grave,
Hmm.
or equips a Momorat from grave onto her, so she can just resummon another one out from your deck for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just
So
summon Drancy over that for the disruption.
yeah, so it's essentially just a one card combo starter. You don't need two cards in combination. It's just play this card, you're ready to go.
Yeah, it's just like an instant, like plus like however many.
Yeah, if this card comes out as a secret rare, it is going to be goddamn expensive. I can
Yeah.
tell you that because it's going to be the staple of a lot of decks when it comes out. Then we got Thoroughblade. We'll just run through the effects of these other ones because they're not too relevant. We'll talk about Viper a little bit because I know Viper is played, I think, in some of them. But Zodiac Beast Thoroughblade, 1600 attack, 0 defense. If this card is normal or special summon, you can discard one Zodiac Beast card, and if you do, draw one card. Any Xyz monster whose original type is Beast Warrior, blah blah blah, gains the effect. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. Okay, cool. And then we got Rabina, 800 attack defense, and if this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can target a Zodiac Beast card in your graveyard, except itself, add it to your hand, any Xyz monster, blah blah blah, and then during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card or effect that targets this card, you can attach one Xyz material from this card, negate the activation, and then Ram. I didn't even know this one existed, but we'll read it anyways. 400 attack, 2000 defense, level 4. This card is destroyed by battle or card effect. And that opening sentence right there is what makes it completely irrelevant. Because you're not ever with this deck. You don't wait for your stuff to get destroyed. You just pop off instantly with Momorat. But anyways, you can target a Zodiac Beast monster in your graveyard except himself and summon it. And then if it gets overlaid as a whatever it says it the same with all of them. It gains the additional effect during either player's turn when your opponent activates a trap card effect that targets this card. Negate it, and you detach a material. So yeah, allows you to negate a spell that targets, a trap that targets. But Viper, I think Dave, you said playing just one copy in your build, right?
Yeah.
Adam, what do you think that's a fair number to play with, like 3 Momorat and a Viper?
For just the Zodiac engine, yes. But
Yeah.
unless you're playing pure, you're gonna play 3, obviously.
Yeah,
yeah.
pure builds play 3 and 3.
Yeah, because it's the second best. It's not the best.
You
Obviously,
don't have
Momorat
enough
is.
room to play 3 in a Eidolon Zodiac.
Yeah.
There's no.
So its effect is during the player's turn, target a Beast Warrior type monster you control. Attach this card from your hand or field to it as Xyz material. And Xyz monster whose original type is Beast Warrior with this card as Xyz material gains this effect. If this card battles opponent's monster after damage calculation, banish that opponent's monster. So that's really, really good. And it just
Yeah.
attaches from hand too. So
Yeah.
anything
Yeah,
anybody
with
want to
this,
add
you
about
can,
this, Dave? Yeah.
Yeah, you can make the Drancias, 1 or 2 of them, however many you play. Most decks play 1 or 2. And then you can use it for its pop effect, and then you can just ram it into something and banish it. Does it target? No. No, it doesn't target, right? The banish effect?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you can get rid of some pretty nasty stuff. I know, like, with Blue Eyes, they throw Azure in defense. So you could just battle with it and banish it at the end of the...
Does
At
that
the end of-
do stay on the field?
Hmm?
So like
I don't-
you have this under a Drancia, it would have 1600 attack going up against Azure's 13 or 3000.
Yeah.
So if it just battles it, okay, yeah, just gets rid of it instantly.
Just gets rid of an Azure
Wow,
like
it's like
that.
a
And then you can, like,
almost.
main phase 2, use the Drancia effect to pop, or you can save it for during their turn.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Really,
it
really
makes
good
the weak Zodiac Xyz monsters, more potent.
card. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's all the monsters as far as main deck monsters. Then we have we have 2 spells and a trap. I'm pretty sure the only relevant one is Elemental Triangle of the Zodiac.
Yeah.
It's continuous spell card. Of course, the only other continuous spell card I think you'd play in the deck, as far as pure Zodiacs go, would just be your good old Tanky, By basically target a face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, especially when Zodiac Beast monster from your deck, you can only use the effective Elemental Triangle of the Zodiac Beast once per turn. If this card is destroyed by a card effect inside the graveyard, target one Zodiac Xyz monster control, attach this card from your graveyard to that target's Xyz material. So, if this card is activated, can you destroy itself and then reattach it immediately if there's something on the field? Or
I
would it not work that way?
think so.
What card are you looking at?
We're looking at Elemental Triangle. It says so. I'm pretty sure you can pop itself to summon
You
one.
can do that to special summon a card, but I really haven't seen much play like do that like first turn usually. Because they usually just go first turn and that's how they get their combo started, just by popping itself.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter that it needs to attach because
No, not that big of a
it's
deal.
not. Yeah, but it's turbo on top of like tanky. Just gets your Momorat really fast.
First effect is the only one that really matters.
Yeah, I like the name of it too. Elemental Triangle of the Zodiac Beast.
Yeah, I feel like this card
Artwork looks pretty cool too.
Ultra as well.
Yeah, definitely. And then we got Zodiac Sign, Field Spell. All Zodiac Beast monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. Monsters your opponent controls cannot target Beast Warrior type monsters you control for attacks, except the Beast Warrior type monster you control with the highest attack, either if tied. Once per turn, if a Zodiac Beast monster you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can destroy one other monster in your hand or field instead. Relevant? Anyone?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either.
I mean, if you play pure, I'd probably play it, or
Yeah, but I think when these two decks are out, I don't think really anyone's going to be playing pure if they have the option to play the hybrid Eidolon
it's
Zodiac.
just not as good.
Yeah, they complement each other really well. As you mentioned earlier, they fix each other's problems.
Yeah.
Because by themselves, the Zodiac XCs are not that great. Like, Drancia pops, but like that's not a groundbreaking effect. It's basically Raigeki Break.
Yeah, we've seen
Obviously,
other cards do
Viper
this.
gives them
Yeah.
all the effect to banish, but like by themselves, they're actually kind of weak. That's why the Eidolons kind of buffer that with their powerful effects and their attacks. Because like, I mean, in pure you can get them up pretty strong, but you got to know what you're doing. Whereas with the Eidolons, you can just drop out an Elysian or a Megalancia, and you got to stick on the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And then we got Seasonal Direction of the Zodiac Beast. Trap card. So it's already ew because it's a trap. Traps are slow. Nobody likes traps right now. Target one Zodiac Beast. Yeah. Target one Zodiac Beast. Xyz monster control. Attach one Zodiac Beast monster from your deck to that target as Xyz material. During either player's turn, except the turn of this card that was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your grave. Then target 5 Zodiac Beast cards with different names in your graveyard. Shuffle all 5 into the deck and draw one card.
So that's never happening.
Yeah, irrelevant because you play Emerald. So end of story.
Well, it'll happen in like pure. Like you're definitely gonna play this in pure version.
Oh yeah, definitely. But
It's really easy to get like 5 different names in your graveyard.
Mhm.
You just put them all right back and just get a card and like recycle your whole engine essentially.
yeah.
But yeah, like if you're playing like the combo builds, like you're not gonna play this thing.
You just play Emerald.
Yeah, you
instead.
just use it to attach like Viper to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
you
about
would most likely be playing. I think you said Emerald, right, in the main deck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're usually playing Emerald
Well,
too.
extra.
Yeah.
Because you want to
actually.
recycle your pieces because you go through them so fast.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can burn through Molmerats real quick. I imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people are playing
so-
2 Emeralds.
Yeah,
Wow.
you should probably do Emerald. I feel like Emerald is also another contender to get hit. Like once his deck becomes like a thing.
Really?
Yeah, just because you can just keep recycling your engine and just keep going with it, and
And you get to draw.
yeah, Emerald's just
Yeah.
such a good card.
Yeah, it is a good card. Definitely helps out a lot of decks right now.
I mean, look at Necroz. Like that was like if you didn't play Emerald and Necroz, you would just lose.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like Emerald was very key in Necroz, especially
Yeah.
the mirror match.
Yeah, to help recycle your Bryos, and especially when stuff got hit too. Like recycling your Unicores and your Bryos was more quintessential, especially after that got hit. So yeah, definitely one of the key contenders that you said could possibly get hit because it does enable this deck to do what it does longer and more often because it just recycles all the good stuff. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the main deck stuff for Zodiac Beast. We have the extra deck stuff to look at, and then move into Market, and then into OCG, and then we'll pretty much be wrapping this podcast up. But we have Tigress, Drancia, and Wild Bow, and Bullhorn. I'll let you guys pick which one you want to talk about first. Which one, to both of you guys, which one stands out to you guys as being the best one?
The best one?
Yeah, in your guys' opinion.
I mean, and I mean, in the end, it's Drancia. That's what you're trying to get
The
towards.
Drancia is easily the best one.
Yeah, the pops are
Drancia is the only one that has like an offensive tactic, like it pops stuff.
Yeah.
The other ones are just like facilitators that you go into, before that to, obviously like, use the mole rat like Tigress, you were saying, attaches one from Grave or Viper or whatever. But
Because
Drancia is the best one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you usually start with the Wild Bow just because that one's essentially useless.
Yeah.
Leave its real effects. You just use it for the Momorat effect that you give it. Then you
Yeah.
just start going off. Then you go into Tigress, recycle the Momorat. Then you usually go into the Bullhorn to add like whatever you need at that point, just because that's the effect. And then you just go into Drancia because that's your only offensive one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you
definitely-
summon Elysian.
Yeah, then you summon Elysian and win the game.
yeah,
Wild Bow has this effect that when it has 12 or more Xyz materials, when this card with 12 or more Xyz material inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can send as many cards as possible from your opponent's hand and field to the graveyard, and then change this card to defense position.
that's
Yeah,
how-
you see, that's absolutely broken, but that's never gonna happen.
I don't
Yes.
know if it's that broken, because for a lot of decks that's helpful, but it's pretty...
I mean, like,
It's like a Ptolemaeus effect. Like you're never going to use this 7
Yeah.
the Ptolemaeus effect.
yeah, definitely.
I don't even know if that's possible in pure, unless your opponent just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, unless you like protect the shit out of yourself. Like,
Yeah,
with, like,
just hope your opponent just opens up ass, and you just get the however many turns it takes to get this thing filled with Xyz materials.
yeah, I figure it wouldn't be that long if you're playing pure because you would just keep slapping on different Xyz, but it's still.
And then slap this one over last.
Yeah.
Then we got Tigress. I think one of the better ones as well. Once per turn, you can also Ixie summon the Zodiac Beast Tigress by using one Zodiac Beast monster control with a different name as the Ixie material. All things attached are treated as materials. This card gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of the Zodiac Beast monsters attached to it as Ixie's material. And then once per turn, you can attach one Ixie material from this card, then target one Ixie's monster you control and one Zodiac Beast monster in your graveyard. Attach that Zodiac Beast monster to that Ixie's monster as material. Pretty good. Definitely
Yeah,
good.
she's the one who lets you keep going, basically, once you
Yeah,
start.
combo extender for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Drancia, pretty much the same summoning condition. It just detaches, and then during that player's turn, you can target a card face up on the field and destroy it. So it's like a Diamond Dyer sort of, better Diamond Dyer during the player's turn. And then Bullhorn is you can detach material from this card, add a Beast Warrior type monster that can be normal summon set from your deck to your hand. So that's kind of an interesting restriction.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but basically adds you Momorat to continue more plays.
Usually
yeah.
you don't right off of this. Usually add Viper like in the Eidolon Beast, like the Luna Lake card.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because all your Momorats are probably gonna be out already by the time you overlay into this. Like
Uh-huh.
you get them out that fast. It's insane.
What
So-
what Lunalight is the one that you're talking about? Which one is the
Sheep.
sheep?
Yeah.
Black sheep?
Yeah, it's like a you discard it from your hand and you add poly to your hand.
Discard
basically.
this card, then activate one of these effects. Add a Lunalight monster from grave to hand. Add one polymerization from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as fusion material for a fusion summon, you can add to your hand one face-up Lunalight pendulum monster from your extra deck. Okay, so it just adds poly.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
in the Eidolon build, or like if you're not playing Eidolon build, you could add like a Viper or like a Coach Bearman or whatever that thing's called.
Coach Captain Bearman or whatever.
Yeah, you could
Yeah,
add
for your rank 8 plays.
you're playing the pure build for like either a giant trainer player like it's a card called Titanic Galaxy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and just draw 3 with Giant Trainer busted. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap up this section. We wanted to talk about the upcoming of Eidolon Beasts and Zodiac Beasts and how they work really, really well together. Like I said, the both of you ended up mentioning, I think they each complement each other, sort of like we saw with Burning Abyss and Monarchs. this combination of these two decks together is going to be really good. And we've seen in the past one, we've seen that, and I think we all agree on this, that Zodiac Beast is going to become a very, very splashable archetype, much like we saw with Artifacts.
Oh yeah.
Definitely going to be one of those type of deals for sure, for a while too, until the deck gets hit. And it's definitely going to be really, really up there. I want you to, both of you, we'll start with Dave. Give me, on release date, what tier is this deck? Tier 2, 3, 1, 0? What do you think?
I think it's gonna be tier one or tier one. I mean, if like you got everything for Zodiacs and Eidolons at the same time, which I'm not sure if that's gonna happen or not. Do you know if that's happening?
I
I
think.
Eidolons are coming out later than the Zodiacs.
Okay, well once they
When does
have
Zodiac Beast come out? Right?
Yeah, right.
And when
So
does
that's-
Eidolon Beast come out?
That Fusion Enforcer set or something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Like Wing Raider set.
yeah. But if everything came out at once, I could see it being tier 1 to point 0.5. I don't think it's going to be tier 0 or like a tier -1 deck.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's going to take over quite as fast as Necroz did when it came out, but I think it would be tier 1 to tier 0.5. Because a lot of the other decks that are out right now, are still not bad, and they'll be able to compete with it.
If they don't get hit, that is. By
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. The list, whatever the list is, could completely
Okay.
change everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to say. Like, I feel like people are definitely gonna start playing this like as soon as it comes out, like just the pure build, because it's gonna be something new, something really strong. So I feel like people are definitely gonna pick it up, like, and play it like as the pure build.
Mhm.
So I think it's probably gonna be similar to like when ABCs hit, similar to like a structure deck almost like coming out, just because like the whole deck's essentially coming out.
Yeah.
They're like kind of like ABC or Monarch coming out like that. Like it's not like a gradual release, like for example, like Cosmo. Or
Yeah, it's just
something
going to
like
be
that.
all at once. Here it is.
Yeah, here's
And a
basically.
lot of people are going to be playing it.
Yeah,
It's going to be
I don't think
widely
this deck.
represented.
I don't think this deck is gonna be as powerful as full force. What was it with Trick Clown and all that with plush or
Pepe?
yeah, Pepe. I don't think it'll be as strong as full force Pepe with plush fire and Trick Clown and all those ones. But
Yeah, I kind of agree. That was
because full force Pepe was on another level.
it really
What?
was. Damage Juggler and Trick Clown. Never forget.
I mean, it was
and
instant
Plush Fire.
fusion. Like you just like that deck was. You could strike that deck. You could activate 3 strikes and a warning on that deck in one turn, and it could still make plays.
You're not wrong.
sure. Yeah.
Definitely not wrong. We're gonna go to what is it now? Let's see here. We're gonna go to eBay. All right, so that'll wrap it up for the deck list, or not deck list, but the cards we wanted to talk about. We're gonna move into market section. We're looking at some Innov stuff, and then we'll go into some other stuff that may be on the rise in the future, and just stuff that's really expensive right now, as is like Maxis, Ulti Maxis, Super Book of Eclipses have gone up, Secret Rare MX Saber and Volkers, stuff like that. But Dimension Barrier sitting around $74 a copy, $70 a copy, so it's getting up there. Dave was definitely correct in his $80 estimate from the first podcast. So good on him. And Adam is no longer here because his internet got destroyed. So he said go on without him. So we're gonna. So $74, $70 for that. Totally awesome. Sitting around 50. They're definitely lowering a little bit now that the hype has sort of died down. I think they'll settle maybe around $30 to $40 a copy, which is good because I picked mine up for around 40, which is cool. But like I said, and Dave said this before too in the past. The difference between this and Dimension Barrier is that Dimension Barrier you can throw on anything. This you cannot, so it's definitely not going to stay that pricey forever. I wanted to also check out, like I said, Ultimate Rare Max C Ultimate.
Yeah, they go for about 95 to 100.
Yeah, there you go. And there was the graded one here for $335, which this guy is just out of his mind if he thinks somebody's gonna buy that. But 97, 97, 101, 98, 104, expensive cards. If you got a place out of those, good on you, because they are expensive. We got Ultimate Rare Effect Veller. Effect Veller not as popular right now, but still pretty pricey. You can get a play set of German ones for $150. Looks like a play set of English ones for $219. $40 for an English unlimited, unlimited for $40 English. 66. Looks like we got here for a first ed one. So not too bad. I also wanted to look at MX Saber Invoker. Secret Rare. I think it's about $35 copy. That one's French.
Yeah, first eds.
Yeah, 35. So good card to pick up if you want to try to make a profit.
If it's $35 right now, in 2 months, when everyone who doesn't look as far ahead as we do realizes how key the card is going to be in Zodiac Eidolons, I could see it being a $50 card, kind of like Lavavel Chain and Emerald or during Necroz.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then we got Super Rare Book of Eclipses on the rise. They're about 7s now. They're getting up to 8, 9, almost $10 a copy. Play set for $25. Book of Eclipse 7 going to make a comeback in the future. Just being able to help out boards. Super Rare Gamma Seal. I think is around
They're like 10, 12.
$10 to $12 a copy.
They dropped slightly, but
they were around like 20 for a little bit. Now they're sort of settling down to around 12 to $10, which is still pretty decent for just a regular OTS2 pull, which is pretty common to pull. One of the harder super rares to pull, but definitely not too uncommon. So if you pull one of these out of your OTS pack, feel good about it, because they're probably one of the most expensive super rares, I think, in OTS2.
Yeah.
What was I want to look at Daigusto Emerald real quick.
While you're doing that, Ulti Bujinte Tsukiyomis are still $25.
Yeah, Secret Rare Daigusto Emerald around $20. DT Ultra Rare around 35. So that's up there a little bit. Hasn't really moved too much though. Would you say Tsukiyomis were?
They're like 20, 25.
Not bad, pretty standard. I want to look at Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, because that's something I wanted to see. Because questions like, how viable is Ghost Reaper now that Acquisitiveness is out? Because it does counteract pretty easy, but looks like you can get a copy of Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries for around $35 a copy. Play set for 120. 35 for a single, so yeah, not too bad. Still pretty pricey. Doesn't look like Acquisitiveness has affected it too much. Well, guys, unfortunately, we're gonna have to wrap this up here, because now I'm by myself. Skype has died. Our internet has died, because we've been having some real issues with Verizon fucking Fios. And the internet just has been dropping randomly, so sorry about the market getting cut short. Just gonna wrap this up now. I had to skip the deck list part, but nothing has really changed too much. This Zodiac Beast dominating still, as well as Eidolon Beast and Cosmo and all that stuff. But yeah, sorry about that. I do really apologize, because if you see here, let's see, where was it? If I refresh this page, no internet connection. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. This has been happening for a couple of days, and it's kind of annoying. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy. Thank you for joining us for the 3rd edition of Chainlink 2. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please leave a like. And as always, guys, Winner Kill is signing out. Now by myself. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like to show your support for the series, so as we can continue doing it. Because we're only doing it for you guys, so we're hoping you're enjoying it. And if you did, like I said, leave a like. And as always, Winner Kill is signing out. We'll see you in the next one.